My name is Liz Lessig. My thesis is titled Territories of Nowhere, Harnessing Elusive and Nebulous Geographies. Territories of Nowhere is interested in the ways we experience and understand less precisely defined physical territories. These territories operate at the extreme defined as exterior, outermost, and at the limits of the built environment. These nebulous and elusive territories are dynamic in that they behave in response to existing but invisible energy fields. An absence of defined limits enables these conditions to be mobile and independent. Asking the question, how can these spatial orders transcend geographic and political boundaries, the proposal is interested in how these geographies provide opportunities for architectural speculation. Sited in the Pacific Ocean, a vast and rich territory provides the site of testing. This project started off by defining and understanding these nebulous geographies embedded within the Pacific, looking specifically at the oceanic current movements, wind patterns, international shipping routes, changing political borders, and existing monitoring system. Through a hijacking of the existing infrastructure of the buoy typology in the Pacific Ocean, the thesis proposes a new landscape, a re-rigging of the Pacific through evolving morphologies. The system is a network of microeconomies proposing new overlapping narratives. This thesis questions the variable and elusive data sets that are inherent in understanding context today and how to provide a framework for understanding and occupying these variable fields. The project is interested in the transient qualities that challenge architecture as a static, solid, or fixed object, and that occupation is no longer operating in relation to boundaries, controlled access, but relative to new geographies. The proposals are active landscapes that are constantly undergoing temporal mutations. Represented in a series of morphologies, each of these phase change has certain conditions it is responding to programmatically. These phase change operate similar to water as it changes from liquid to solid to gas. Each phase change is a result from specific external conditions. At the large scale, these phases would start to cluster. At each phase begins to take on certain characteristics. They may be located in proximity to tidal flows or urban coastal areas, for instance. The Pacific is full of predictable currents or gyres. Where the stations are in one of these gyres, it would essentially stay in the same place or have a predictable trajectory. The stations take on a life of their own, following currents, interacting with other stations of various phases, sharing each other's ecosystems. The overhead rendering depicted here is the view one may see from an airplane from Hong Kong to San Francisco. Unlike the ordered grid of city lights one may be used to viewing, the image represents the new lights that are formed in the Pacific.